Okay, wrapping up our media availability here today at Sonoma Raceway is defending race winner and defending NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, Kyle Busch. Kyle, welcome. And Kyle drives the number 18 M&M's anniversary Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. And Kyle, this is where it all started last year for you. Got that first victory that propelled you into championship season. When you look back a year ago, what sticks out in your mind the most about that?
I guess winning, obviously. Just having a not so great car, but having the opportunity to have pit strategy kind of work our way and get ourselves up front, and then have a caution late in the race that really was able to allow us to get tires on our car for the short run, because we seemed to have decent speed on the short run, and we were able to pass those guys in front of us on older tires and beat them to the end and outrace my brother there. So good effort for us there last year here, and it was really exciting to get that monkey off our back to get a win and get our season kind of turned around and heading in the right direction for really good things at the end of the season.
Questions now for Kyle Busch. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll start right here with Dominic.
Dominic Udigo on theracingexperts.com. With this being a physically demanding track and the off week last week, how much does the off week and that off time affect you as a driver and your team overall?
Doesn't affect you a whole lot. I guess just with the difference of what a road course is anyways, it actually is sort of a welcome break, I guess, to have an off weekend before you come to a road course like this. And the stresses and everything that's put on your body at this sort of race is a lot higher than it would be at any other track. So Sonoma's a racetrack that's very demanding physically, mentally, and being able to hit all your marks and do all the right things and have fast car and be doing a good job behind the wheel to make sure that you can have speed in yourself. So lots of different things happen here.
Let's go to Holly Kane, and then we'll go to Bob Pockris. Raise your hand, Holly. We'll get your wireless right here.
Kind of along those same lines, when you were coming back last year after the injury, I'm sure you kind of had in your mind, all right, this is a place I feel like, I may get a win. This place isn't necessarily where I feel super great. Did it surprise you that you got your first win here on a road course, or did you fully expect that was a good possibility? No,
it was certainly a welcoming surprise to us for sure. It wasn't a track that we'd circle on the calendar thinking that we'd have a shot to come back and be able to have a win at. We actually X'd this one out like we were just trying to survive and just get out of here with a good day and a good points day. And with the way that the 5 races had gone before coming here last year, the time in which I just got back in the car, we weren't running and finishing the way we needed to. I mean, we came here after a 43rd place finish at Michigan. Oh, look, I did it again this year. So it would certainly be nice to turn some things around. We've definitely, it seems like the May, June months just don't go my way, aren't really on our side.
Right here in the middle, if we can. Then we'll go to Bob Pockris.
Good afternoon, Kyle. Jason Tubes, KTVU, Fox affiliate here. Year over year, NASCAR has improved the fan experience, one of those being the Fox Series Radioactive, where people get to hear what you guys talk about between radio chatter. How do you feel it reflects on you as a driver, and have you ever felt like, oh man, I shouldn't have said that, or had a cringeworthy moment? Because you don't mince words very often.
Yeah, it certainly opens up our world that used to be private and makes it a lot more public than what it used to be. So I've definitely changed over the years in holding back a heck of a lot more, not pressing the radio button quite as much. So there's still those times where you get an outburst here or there, which I think every driver kind of has, but you've got to be able to refocus and re-energize that energy into something positive that can take you on into a race. And so I've had times where we've had outbursts and we've had bad finishes. We've had outbursts and we've had good finishes. We've won races doing that. So, you just got to use it in the right way to help you. But definitely, overall, I would say it keeps myself a heck of a lot more quiet on the radio.
Let's go to Bob Pockris, and then we'll go to Isabel.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. 2 questions. Can you put into words kind of what this win here meant last year for the championship run, and then also going to Daytona, no changes to the rules package. Were you hoping for any changes to the package?
So coming here last year was really great to be able to score that victory. I think it kind of propelled us a little bit in giving us a lot of confidence that we can go out there and we can do it. We can win races each and every week. You just kind of got to let them come to you sometimes. you can force your hand and you can make mistakes. And so sometimes when you're able to just kind of let it all out there and let it be what it is, you can win races that way too. So that's worked for us, and that's what got us to where we needed to be last year. As far as rule changes in Daytona, I was certainly hoping that we would see something. Coming off the race that we saw at Talladega, it wasn't probably A, very exciting racing, and B, it seemed pretty dangerous for all of us drivers, and in having 3 cars, go airborne in that event, and Danica Patrick have a heavy hit in the inside wall, real reminiscent to my hit at Daytona. So no rule changes is not a welcoming sight for me, but it is what it is. So we'll go and crash some more.
Isabel?
Isabel Gonzalez, ESPN Albuquerque. Just based on this practice alone, who looks like your biggest competition?
I would say Kurt Busch is really good. He's always fast here. I don't know what he does, but he's always fast here. He's got it figured out. Past him, I'd say that Kyle Larson looks pretty decent actually, and Dale Jr. Dale Jr.'s got a really fast car right now.
Let's swing over here to the left. Go ahead.
Kyle, the forecast is for it to get even hotter the next 2 days. How will that affect you and the car and the temperatures inside that car?
It'll be a hot one, that's for sure. This is a place, though, that you can't necessarily run 100% every lap. You've got to hold yourself back a little bit because the tire just won't withstand running on it as hard as you can every single lap because of the fall off. So the better you can take care of those tires, the more you take care of yourself and the more you take care of your car and everything else. So I'm sure there'll be some hot tempers, though, here on Sunday. There typically is at a short track race, which this to me is like a road course short track race, and there's going to be some beating and banging and some moving some people out of the way for sure.
Other questions for Kyle? Final question right here.
Elliott Stern, Century at Times. How tough of an adjustment is it to switch over to a road course, and can you get enough practice to get comfortable out there?
I actually felt like I started off kind of a little rusty, but then by the end of the practice session, I felt like I was getting all I could get out of the race car. So, whatever that was, hour and a half, that was about all it took in order to get, really up and going. We'd had some decent speed, but we weren't all that fast as we need to be right now. So we've got some work to do, but I enjoy road course racing, always have. It's just something different. It lends itself to a different fan base probably, and a lot of fans that enjoy watching cars go left and go right. Maybe some IndyCar fans or some Formula One fans that just like road racing and seeing what kind of goes on here with the NASCAR Cup cars.
Kyle, thank you very much for coming in. Good luck this weekend.